Okay then, my ZATIMA fans, it's your girl Barbie J here with her part 2 of the therapy session. And this video, I'm focusing on the scene with just Zach and Fatima and Dr. Reed and them going back and forth. Let me show you a little snippet of it and then we'll jump into it with my 2 cents about it. Check it out.
So you want to tell Fatima why you chose to do it now?
Fatima, I can't lose you. If I lose you, then they win.
Zach, I love you. I really do.
Please don't say but.
While I am happy that you're doing this, I just hope that you're doing it for you and not for me.
I spent my whole life in the dark. By myself.
Now, to me, the most important and very important part, that thing that was said and that exchange between those two was, Zach, this has to be for you and not for me. You have to be doing it for you. And I think it's a 50-50. I think he's doing it for him and for her. Basically, he's knowing I have to do this to get myself straightened out if I want to get back with her. So it's kind of, what is it, type of a twofold thing, because yes, he's doing it for him because he's realizing how much damage his family has done, showing up to his house, lying to Fatima about things that he did or did not do, being rude and disrespectful to her, blaming her for them not getting money, saying it's her. She got her own damn money, Jeremiah, so you don't even know. So Zach is doing it for both, I think. But I tell you, Zach, when I was saying how he was raised in the streets and he didn't have anybody to look up to, and it was the men in the neighborhood who were his I guess the people he would talk to about things, about life, about women and whatever. But that scene with something as simple as the scene with the barber, and he was telling Jack, I forgot what the barber's name is, but he was telling Zach that he needs to talk to somebody professional. He needs to talk to somebody and not them knuckleheads that he been listening to. So of course said somebody professional. He said, yeah. He said, like a therapist. And that man was like, hell no, that's for biatches or something like that. This is who he was raised with, because in our community, black men rarely went to therapists. That wasn't something they did. I mean, maybe even black people as a whole didn't think it. He just shrink. He gonna tell me this, they gonna tell me. And back then, all the therapists or the doctors or the shrinks or the psychologists, they probably were not people of color. So we didn't want to sit there trying to tell our story to people who wouldn't understand it because they didn't live that life. But now, I just, that triggered me when that man said that, because I said, this is the type of men that were around him growing up with the negative outlook about going to therapy. But the positive outlook, I feel, was Fatima's stepfather showing up and letting him know he's a cool dude. He's seeing he likes women too, even though he married. He's seeing all of this stuff, because he was hollering at Deja. But he did share, I believe he shared that he was in therapy as well. And the fact that he is now a judge, and he was just a little snot-nosed kid in the south side of Chicago, Zach is like, whoa, okay. I think that man is very important to be in Zach's life. Don't know if Tyler Perry's going to have it that he's around him more, but I think that's a positive role model that Zach can cling on to, or hold on to. The other thing is, I like that she told him she loves him, and and I felt it when he said, please don't say but. But the truth is that it's going to take time. Like she said, it takes time. She was in it for years. I don't know why they just now telling us, it mentioned that she was in it for years, because when she was in that elevator with that guy, with Paul, she never mentioned that she had gone to therapy since back then when she met with Dr. Reed. I don't recall it. Somebody put it down in the comment section. I could be wrong, but I don't recall her ever telling Dr. Reed that she's done therapy before. But anyway, and maybe because if I had heard that, maybe that's why he didn't point out things about her at the table, at the dinner table. Not to say that just because she had uh, therapy before, she can't use a touch up here and there, because you could always use therapy. It's not just a one shot deal. And she's saying she was in it for years for stuff that anger and stuff, but she kind of still has some of that anger. So I don't know. But anyway, if Zach wants to keep Fatima, he's going to have to continue to work on himself and keep going to those therapy sessions. Because you need to go at least like something like twice a week, to just keep working on it, keep working on it. Maybe even more, who knows? Now, she mentioned about the elevator, and I kept trying to go back to that episode, and something is wrong with my BET Plus. I don't know what's going on. It will not let me open up any of those old videos, and I'm trying to understand why, and I'm getting pissed because I'm paying enough each month for it, and it won't open them up. But the fact that Zach, I think part of his reason for being angry in that elevator is because he already told her in that garage, I know guys like him, and he's trying to get some of Fatima. He told her. He already let her know. And then when she stood in that elevator with Paul and watched him try to want to be her friend and telling her how beautiful she is and wanting to talk to her and holler at her and she's his type, that should have triggered her like, Zach was right. This is what homeboy is doing. And that should have triggered why he's acting this way, because when he saw it looked like the guy was holding her, he probably, went a little crazy because it looked like something, even though it wasn't. But it's no different than when she saw that picture and thought it looked like something when it wasn't. And knowing that people can alter pictures and video and all of that stuff. What Zach saw was right there in his face, so it's a little different. But anyway, that's what got him up in arms, because he warned her. And to me, once my man would have warned me about somebody, and this is just me, and I would have I'm seeing that Zach was right. My man was right. What he said. Look at homeboys trying to holler at me and all of that stuff. And like I'm saying, I wouldn't be surprised if he put the hole in her tire. I wouldn't be surprised if Paul did it. I'm sorry, but nothing goes. I don't think. I don't give anybody the benefit of the doubt all the time, because the way Tyler Perry writes, it could be that he was the one. There's a scene on another show I'm watching, and it looked like the good guy is the one who put the hole in the tire. So, TP be repeating his little scenes because it's another Tyler Perry show. Anywho, the other thing I liked is when the doctor broke down the analogy of breakers, and she doesn't want him, Fatima says she doesn't want him to shut down any more of her, the lights inside of her. And he described what breakers were, and he made the analogy of a house and overloading it. And if you overload it with stuff, it breaks down. And she's overloaded with all of his issues in his personal life, So you all let me know what y'all thought about that scene and what did you get from it. There was one more thing that I wanted to mention, and that was the part when after Fatima left and Zach was like, I don't want to be in the dark anymore. I don't want to be in the dark alone anymore. That touched me. And the reason that touched me is because this is what I'm thinking when he was a child and they would leave him, his mother would leave him and his brother would leave him. And you remember he said he wouldn't even have food sometimes. So I'm assuming if he didn't have food, he might not even had lights. So he was always in the dark by himself. And he was like, I don't want to be in the dark anymore. So these are demons that he's had in him that he's been fighting and dealing with as an adult. So we finding out all these new things, and he's definitely going to need this therapy and stuff. But I got to tell you that I don't want to be in the dark anymore. That's what I referenced him to, childhood and being left alone in the dark. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that. So before I bounce off of here, please do not forget to subscribe to my new channel, Hey Barbie J. Then I ask that you give me a thumbs up, write a comment, and share. Sharing is caring. And I need to build up this new channel. Every time I want to keep saying it because of what YouTube has done. So I need your help. I really, really need your help. So if you could please subscribe to this channel and help me get remonetized again, I would truly appreciate it. I love you all. God bless. And I will see you in the next video. It's your girl Barbie J saying peace.